Alright guys, today's the day. Let's get them underdrive pulleys on. Alright guys, right in the mix of things. I'm going to be doing my underdrive pulleys today. I'm going to show y'all a trick. I thought I covered it in another video, but I couldn't find it, so apparently I didn't. But if you take an extension, you put it on your crank pulley, and put the end on the ground, all you have to do is get in and bump your car. Don't let it start, just bump it. It'll actually break the nut free for you, or the bolt. So let's give that a try. Alright guys, I just went in there, I just bumped the key really fast, and now that bolt is free. And it'll actually save you quite a bit of time sitting there trying to fight all that. So now that's free, that's out, and we can move on with getting the belt off and all these other pulleys off to get this done. Now I do have a pulley puller, so basically it's got the spots. You would line up the holes. You can see my holes line up, but I have tape over these two. But you would line up the holes, then you put the corresponding bolts through. This goes through the middle, and you tighten it, and it pulls it off. Alright guys, this is how the end of your crank's gonna look. You can't pull it yet. That's actually not the end. That's just the thick washer. So make sure this gets out of that hole. Sometimes the RTV will have it held in there a little bit. You have to get in there and move it around, but make sure you get that out before you try to use the puller. Don't ask me how I know. Now that's the basic setup. You have it go through the middle right there. Put your bolts in the 3 holes, and then you can get everything cinched down, lined up, and then tighten the middle down where to pull it all off. And problem you might run into if you have an automatic car is how to stop it from spinning. I just put this in here and hold pressure on it. It's not enough to bend these, but it's enough to keep it from the crank spinning, so only the middle spinning. I ran out of thread on this, so I backed it out and put the factory bolt in, a couple of threads, so now the point is against the top of that, so I can finish taking this off. It was literally only about 3 turns away. Alright guys, it is a new day. I got rained out yesterday. It's still looking like it's going to rain today, and it is super windy, so I am sorry about any wind noise that y'all are getting. So I want to go over, they give you a supplied bolt, which he was sent to me, and if you look from shank to shank, the new bolt is longer. This bolt is to get the pulley started, because it is a little thicker in that area. So it's to get it started. You're just going to run it down just a little bit to get this pulley seated, and then you can put back on your bolt, torque it down, and I think it's 120 foot-pounds. Before we do that though, we got to put some RTV in the keyway here. Supposedly if there's a leak at your seal, your keyway is the weak point for it to come out. So let's make sure that don't happen. Since I couldn't get proper leverage on this, I put 2 bolts from the balancer kit here, so I can put a wrench through it and hold it as I continue tightening it down. So basically I just have my pry bar under that bolt and over that one, with this going through the middle. I am using an extension, but that's just so I can reach it better. Remember, do not get it seated and keep torquing it down. I believe it's 120 foot-pounds you need it torqued to. I did put the belt on to help a little. Got the water pump pulley already on. That's just a simple 4-bolt process. So I'm going to get this tightened the rest of the way down. That's the Viking film. Really? 2 planes flying over. And now look. You see them drops? Yep, it's starting to rain. And look at all that sunshine, and it's raining. A little dark over here, but right over me is sunshine. Anyway. Oh, about broke my ankle. I, for the life of me, cannot get that out. My impact, nothing will get it out. So when it gets power coated, I'll let them deal with that. But the difference is very, very little. It's almost the same size pulley. Yeah, I don't know what the difference is going to be, but when I look at this outside lip's a little bit bigger, but when I look at thread to thread, they almost look identical. But you know, my eyes aren't trained to see, you know, a fraction of a millimeter or whatever Steeda had figured out. So I'm going to run it right now without that. Let's go down the road and see how it does. Well guys, other than being noisy because, you know, got backseat delete and stuff, seems to be going pretty good. It revs a lot more freely, in my opinion, which is something I read about. I don't know about power freed, but it does feel quicker than I drove it just yesterday, and I don't think it's a placebo effect because I always doubt anything's going to work for me. So I guess that negative outlook on life would probably be beneficial in this scenario, because I don't feel like I would get a placebo effect if I'm expecting it to not work and I feel a difference. But I don't know, it does climb a little bit better though, a little bit faster. Got a little squirrely there, sorry about that. But that's all I'm going to do for now. Car temperature is not hot. Battery gauge is right where it needs to be. I have my torque app checked in, but it's on my phone, so I can't record that. But everything looks fine. So there's no negative effect. Battery's actually a little bit on my higher end, like 14.8. So that pulley might slow it down to like a 14.5, which is, you know, about optimal where it needs to be. So we shall see once it gets done. But I've been driving for about I don't know, 15-20 minutes now. The car's had time to get up, and it's not overheating. I do have the super coolant in there, which is like water wetter. It helps the cooling aspect of it. I've never had any issues running that, so I don't feel like I'm going to have any issues. I do want to sit for a little bit and let it idle and see what the temperature gets up to. But she sure climbs through the RPMs a lot faster, and it's fun. I can't wait to get the nitrous hooked up, that's for sure. Been idling about 10 minutes here at the house after about a 30-minute drive of spirited driving, having some fun. It's at 188, I think it said. And we're just sitting here steady. Voltage is still around 13. But everything's looking good. So guys, what do you think? I'm sitting in the car right now trying to block some of this wind. It got really windy. But Steeda Underdrives, so far I'm happy with them, especially for free. And knowing that I don't have that rubber ring to worry about falling apart or it slipping, yeah, that's going to be a big peace of mind for me. Sorry, might have a peace of mind, but I don't have much of my mind left. Just dealt with my son's birthday, then my daughter's birthday, and then we just had a death in the family, and one thing after the other, but getting it done. What'd y'all think of my last video? I know I don't guess I hid my Easter egg very well. Quite a bit of y'all seen it. What do y'all think about me going with Nitrous Express? Pretty excited about that. I did get the Proton kit. Mine's going to be a little bit different from 4.6 Chris. I'm going to go as budget as I can, as minimalistic as I can. So if it blows, it blows. If a car's got to sit here for a little bit, it's got to sit here for a little bit. It ain't my only means of transportation. I don't foresee any of that happening because this is a safe wet kit, and I'm not going to be too crazy with it because it's just a street car. But let me know what y'all think. I appreciate y'all watching. horseplay. We out.
I won't turn around, I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with these 16 bars. I won't turn around, I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with these 16 bars. I won't turn around, I won't turn around.